So Angel Oak is going to be hosting Barry Habib on the 15th?
Yes, on the 15th.
And he's going to teach you how to get more loans in a high-rate environment. And by the way, after you watch today's show, this is totally going to make sense. You do not want to miss this webinar, okay? Click this banner right over there or on Facebook right up above. Now, we've been showing people, if you give a good quote or a good, you tell us something nice
comment
at the end of the show,
sure.
we might give you something.
You might get a prize.
So you might get this can of Heinz Spotted Dick, or this picture of Kelly Gruber, who was an all-star, won the World Series, and it says, "To Brian, sorry you're a Giants fan." You might get that. You might get this voodoo doll that we actually got in New Orleans.
That's right, we bought that.
Or this card holder. Remember these things? It looks like Wally. Or this hat, this Soviet Union era
Dude, I don't know if we're
hat.
going to give that away. We're going to give that away?
Or the shotgun plunger. And yes, all the stuff we've been showing you are things that we have in our office. And if you want to send us something stupid to our office like other people do, feel free to do so. Our address is
479 Mason Street, Suite 128, Vacaville, California, 95688. That's probably on the website somewhere. You can find it.
All right, Frank, I'm telling you right now, dude.
What?
I'm serious about this. With the whole Barry mentioned early on, we have a problem right now.
Okay,
and we have to address it.
Okay, here goes. What is it?
Interest rates. They've gone from the low 4s to 4.6-ish right now in a really short period of time. And we haven't seen rates this high since 2012.
Okay.
But in 2012, home prices were 46% lower.
Holy mackerel.
So, with home prices up and rates going up, something in our fantastic economy is going to fail. That's homes, my friends.
In the last year, sales are down 12.1% in the Northeast.
Down.
They're down 4.1% in the Midwest. They're down 1.1% in the South, and they're down 2.5% in the West. Overall, sales are down 3.8%, and new home sales also. Home sales went down 7.8%. And how are those refinances looking these days, guys? Probably not so good, right? So here's the deal. With rates pushing toward 5, which everyone thinks is going to happen, there is nothing in the forecast that would suggest our mortgage lending recession will lighten up. Rather, all indications suggest mortgage origination volume will continue to go down. Now, there's the conflict.
Right.
So, what's the solution?
Every single thing is down right now. So with fewer originations, we are going to have fewer originators.
Interesting.
Meaning those that are not sales focused right now are going to leave the market like we saw in 2008 and 2009.
True.
Home prices are eventually going to come down, though slowly, because homeowners are looking at a robust economy right now, and they're having a hard time reconciling lower home values with the economy. Now, this will prolong any type of solution, which is home values coming down. It's like a drought in the savannah, guys. Only the strong ones are going to survive. You have to be a big-ass alligator. Right. Here's the deal. This market will define some loan officers and some companies. As we have been screaming for the last month, loan officers have to become lead generators.
That's right. Here's the deal. According to a National Association of Realtors survey of home buyers, 51% found the home that they wanted to purchase on the internet.
Right.
Not from a realtor, from the internet.
Right, 51%.
Okay? So our question is, where on the internet did they find that home? If it's your marketing, Mr. or Mrs. Loan Officer, then you generated that lead.
That means a smart marketer is going to have, at minimum, equal chance at a lead as a realtor.
Right. We just did a series of interviews with top producing loan originators and just simply asked them, what are you doing that other loan officers aren't doing? They all came back with the same answer in a different way.
Right.
But it was the same thing, which was marketing, bringing value, sales, and working leads that most others won't. Remember, NAR said 51% of buyers found their home online. More than any way, more than any realtors, more than any friend signs anything.
Right, and home sales are slumping all around the country right now because of rates. Rates are going to continue going up, meaning these are the early days of the drought that we're in. So what are you going to do?
I just want to say this, and I don't want to because I know it's going to get misconstrued.
Just say it.
Those of you with ears here, okay? You've got a newly minted compliance department. That department was minted when we had a head of a bureau that was hell-bent on getting his pound of flesh of being the tough cop, right? of going after lenders to make examples of you. So all of you ran out, got compliance departments to show that you were doing everything the right way. The thing is, most of you were, but that wasn't the point. You needed to pay for a whole wing of compliance experts to show what you were already doing. Now, those compliance people, okay, what if they came in and said, yeah, you're doing things the right way? They'd be out of a job.
They totally would be. They'd totally be out of a job, Frank. Or to put it another way, compliance has a built-in conflict of interest. It's not their job to tell you what you can do, rather to tell you what you can't. So their job is dependent on telling you no. Now, here's where this whole thing gets misconstrued. You're thinking that we're telling you to do things underhanded, and that is absolutely not what we are saying. What we are saying is, to succeed in this market, you need to market with your realtor partners. You need to help them get better. You need to generate leads. And the best way to do that is with their listings. And because we have a whole new way of looking at compliance with our new head of the CFPB, I think we can go ahead and do this.
Right, I would say you're right. Because looking at the market we're in and the one in front of us, simply sitting on the bench and waiting for a deal to bump you in the head is not gonna cut it if you wanna get ahead. We know this because we've seen great lenders of whose numbers are growing understand our point and are becoming marketing monsters. Understand the alternative is you don't find water in the drought,
and that is the market that we're in right now.
Right.
So we can see it, we're in it, and all projections are it's going to get more difficult. So we don't want to have a pity party over here. We're saying, okay, it's time to get off your ass and go work with some of these real estate agents and become a marketer, not just somebody who's pushing papers as a loan officer.
Right, and like you said, the part that's going to get misconstrued is that people are going to say, oh, you're telling us not to listen to our compliance department or do something underhanded. That's not the case. We're saying, hey, compliance department and compliance people, there's a different CFPB out there right now. One that's probably a little more friendly as far as working with real estate agents to co-market, to generate leads, that type of thing. So you may want to start looking at what you got going on in your compliance paperwork or rules or whatever they have and see where you can find ways to loosen that thing up a little bit so your guys can get out there and generate some leads and bring some value to your real estate partners.
In a way that frankly has always been compliant,
Right.
but we've been so concerned in the past to